I believe that the way they're handling this is very unfair, and I believe that he earned it, deserves it, and should be paid for it. There's a key man theory that says so much depends on Elon Musk being there. You've said for a long time that this is your biggest worry about Tesla. You don't think the business is worth as much without him there. What do you think will happen if this plan is turned down? What is Elon going to do? I don't know what's going on in his mind, but I do know that he has made a huge difference for everyone. He has a lot of stock in Tesla, that much I know. Let's move closer to Elon Musk, who rules the realm of visionaries. The dream job at Tesla is on the wish lists of many tech-savvy people. But how well known is it, you ask? Imagine getting 6 million applications for only 12,000 jobs. That's not a job market. It's a fight royale for the smartest and nerdiest people. Really, your chances of getting a job at Tesla are worse than getting a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And they were getting good at it and increased output to an impressive 76,000 cars a year. You read that right, from 2,000 to 76,000 in just 6 years. That's not just growth. That's a revolution that has turned Tesla from a small player in the auto business into a major player. In just 6 years, Tesla went from being a cute little bakery to a huge donut factory that could be seen from space. The market value went through the roof and reached a cool $550 billion. You may be asking what the secret is, because it looks good is good for the environment, or is it just the magic of Elon Musk? In any case, Tesla is building cars almost as quickly as I lose socks in the laundry, which is pretty quick. With each car that leaves the factory, Tesla does more than just make cars. They also increase the value of their shares faster than a kid can shop at a mall. And the leaders he has aren't just flaky people. Larry Ellison, one of the richest men in the world, Hiro Mizuno, who ran the Japanese pension fund, the biggest pension fund in the world with $1.5 trillion, and Kathleen Thomas from Walgreens Boots. So he really, and of course, Robin Denholm, who showed up later, but they all agreed that this was a good deal. Imagine that you are in an office full of important people. The air is thick with excitement. Suddenly, someone casually signs off on a deal worth $1.5 trillion. That's trillion with a T, a number that's so big it's hard to understand in daily language. This is not a scene from a movie. This is just another day at work for Ellison and his staff. Talking about numbers that could change whole economies is just another part of their morning habit, like reading the news while sipping coffee. These aren't just financial choices. They're huge promises that could have an impact on millions of lives around the world. For Ellison and his team, it's just another day at work. Most people would find that kind of authority scary. I mean, if I had $1 for every time a $1 trillion choice was made, I could retire right now. How did Apple, NVIDIA, and other companies make it? For games, they made it because they had something good for games. When Amazon came along, they were a bookseller, and look what they did. Tesla does make cars. For the other companies, the cars will be like games or books. Their business is cars, and they have a lot of other cool stuff. The size of this business is going to be huge. Oh, I love Tesla. Hold on to your hats or business portfolios, because Ron Barron doesn't just see cars when he looks at Tesla. He sees the next Amazon and the next NVIDIA. We're talking about going from making cars to being a huge tech and software company. Being a rock star is a lot like seeing a quiet kid in the back of the class become famous. The only difference is that this rock star also makes rockets and sells solar panels. What a glow-up! As we soar through the financial stratospheres, keep in mind that Barron says investing in Tesla is more than just buying shares. It's buying a piece of the future. And if Ron is right, we could be on the elevator going to the top floor of the stock market. So, hop to it. Tesla has promised to make its own hardware and power to train neural networks. The most recent thing they must have said is that they'll spend $1 billion on research and development to improve Dojo. Morgan Stanley thinks that the machine will do well in that way. We'll look at Tesla's original approach to AI and supercomputing, from their initial purchase of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs to the Dojo system's unique design. Tesla is pushing the limits of computing technology. We'll talk about the parts of the Dojo chip, how it changed into a tile-based system, and how the D2 chip made the switch to wafer-scale processing possible. We'll also talk about the problems Tesla is having putting this technology to use on a big scale, as well as what this means for the future of AI and computers. Come with us as we look into the plans, ideas, and risky moves that Tesla has made to change the way supercomputers work. This video has something for everyone who is interested in the next big thing in computers, whether you're a tech fan, an investor, or just someone who likes it. Wait for more, and don't forget to like this movie and follow our channel. This is news about Tesla stock. Allow this video to begin. The artificial intelligence division at Tesla has shown off Dojo, a revolutionary new supercomputer. This creative project has been in the works for years and looks like it will completely change the way we think about supercomputers at a time when AI is becoming more and more common in our daily lives. The need for computing power has gone through the roof. AI doesn't work like regular software. It needs a special mix of models and data, which must be put together in a complicated process called training. In the past, supercomputers were very important for solving some of science's hardest problems, like sequencing genomes and predicting weather trends. Even though these jobs were very important, they made supercomputers into very specialized tools that were used in very specific areas. Recent events, however, have changed the situation a lot. As artificial intelligence has grown, supercomputers have become more useful in many more areas, making them essential tools in many fields. As AI technologies keep getting better, the need for a lot of computing power has grown. This has made every big tech company compete to build their own supercomputer groups. These clusters aren't just improvements on current technology. They were made to make AI processes like machine learning and deep learning work better. These processes need to deal with huge amounts of data and do complicated calculations at speeds that have never been seen before. This change marks a turning point in the history of technology. Now, companies that want to be the best at innovation and efficiency need to focus on supercomputing skills more than anything else. To understand supercomputers, you need to know that they are not just one big machine, but rather a complex network of smaller computers that work together. This coordinated work, called parallel computing, is like the coordinated effort of an F1 pit crew, where each member does a specific job at the same time, which speeds up the whole process by a large amount. In the same way, supercomputers split up hard math problems into many graphical processing units, which each do their own math at the same time. This splitting up of work is what makes supercomputers very fast and efficient. They can handle the huge amounts of data and computing needs of